I tell them, those ones, look at them. Correct? And I hope you'll appreciate when, I'll also appreciate when you get them back. I tell them to give you, because there's no problem. Because the problem that I'm in, they are not exhibits. Now I can't release. I cannot just plead like a court. Because at the end of the day, they are being taken for a judicial purpose. You may think it is the judiciary that is offending you. Correct? But that's not the case. And because it's also our business to arbitrate. You know, my other work is just to ensure that we live in peace. Yeah. Actually, that's my core business. Yeah. I just want we live well. We have an orderly society. That's my core business. That's the work of the judiciary. So I'll also talk to them. I'll also talk to them and tell them, please, if there's something that you think, go there and cancel, sieve through. Then they tell you, this one we are using, this one we are not. Get them. Correct? Yes. Council Swaka, don't go very far because I want to take Council's crossing remarks. Bridget. This one I shut up. I've shut it out. But we'll go and print later once you're through this one. Councillor Danson, you are the one who was first on your feet. I think you have conversed with the Councillor Swaka, so you can have the floor, Councillor Danson, and we welcome you to these proceedings.
Thank you.
Yes.
I appreciate the sentence comments. We have one or two patients. Based on fact that the court has granted us 14 days to appeal. The appeal entails the substantive appeal, bail pending appeal. We shall be moving on both those limbs. And if we succeed to get the convicts out bail pending appeal, the High Court will impose certain conditions to be met. The trial court had imposed its conditions. Till today, when, Your Honor, you have discharged the sureties, and because this court has confirmed as official in this matter. Your Honor, to avoid a repeat of the evaluation process of those securities, that if the High Court grants us, the accused shall have to undergo a similar process. We are pleading with this court to put in abeyance order for the release of securities so that we shall be informing the High Court with prayers that the terms all imposed in this court to apply in the High Court, and those securities are within the judiciary. We intend to move with the speed. At close of business today or tomorrow, we shall be in the High Court to seek those reliefs. You know, that is our humble prayer, and on humanitarian grounds. So that for the brokers of the judiciary, it will be easy than from outset again to start the process again. In the event, if we fail, we can still move this court for the release of those securities that shall be in the custody of the judiciary. We are grateful, and that is my humble prayer. Thank you very much.
Yes, Your Honor, in High Court. Oh, sorry.
The defense is still.
Okay, sorry.
You can say
No
that.
problem.
Thank you. Your Honor, on behalf of the defense, we are wanting two or three prayers to make. First and foremost, Your Honor, on behalf of the first accused, my instructions are that from yesterday, he's been feeling unwell. And you can look at his state in the dock. He's struggling. It's all right.
You see, I'm incapacitated. I'm not an medical.
Yes.
I don't want to try something that I've never examined that patient.
That is right.
So,
We agree with you.
yeah.
Just let the court observe that our ample prayer request will be that he be allowed to go to a medical facility, perhaps Kenyatta Hospital, just for check-up. I will not delve into his sickness in open court and in the media.
Yeah, there's no problem.
Yes. But I'll just be asking that maybe after here, he could be escorted for medical intervention. Secondly, Your Honor, on behalf of the fifth accused, Beth Wangeshi, Your Honor, she had deposited a cash bail, I believe, of 4 million. 4 million. We'll be asking that the fine be utilized from that particular cash bail. On computing her fine, I think it's coming to about 1.4 million.
You see the fine.
When we compute,
It does not confirm. It does not confirm.
it's 1.4 now. My counterparts from the DPP's office are confirming and also from the ECC is about 1.4.
Okay.
Yeah, it could be, the cash bail could be utilized for that. So that's this is expedited, that it can be out.
And we need the receipt.
Yeah, we shall supply everything. And I believe there's another receipt in the court file. We will pursue affidavits in case we don't have the original. Yeah, thank you. And equally, we were just from what my learned friend Omari said. For the rest, if those who deposit their title deeds, the same will be reserved in the event, in the likely event that the High Court has agreed with us. Then the same could be utilized to certain time.
That's a very.
Yes, the final bit.
I also welcome you. I will not prevent you from
The final bit. Thank you, Your Honor. I did not participate in the proceedings initially, and I was instructed after the judgment was read. We wish to also kind of slide that we be supplied with the copies of the proceedings and judgment and the ruling that has been rendered this afternoon, so that it can enable us to sift through and present ourselves to the High Court for the appeal that we're intending to file the soonest. And also, if it is possible, now that the exhibits have been presented before the court, if it is possible that we can have a rundown of the same in a bundle at our cost, so that we can be able to then prepare ourselves adequately for the appeal, as opposed to the ones that were supplied to the defense at the onset of the trial. This is because at times there are some exhibits that are normally supplied, copies of the exhibits that are supplied to the defense, and during trial they don't form part of the record of the court. And that is why we are making that application for those exhibits perhaps to be bound and we liaise with the registry if that other issue is for purposes of completeness. Thank you. That is the question.
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, we oppose to the application. It is our humble submission that my learned friend, Mr. Omari, is making an application unknown to law. You have already ordered for the return of the sureties and even discharged them. you cannot be invited now to hold that in abeyance. That application, in our humble view, has been overtaken by events, and as correctly put by my learned friend, you are now functus official. It is our submission that you cannot go back and revise your own decision. In fact, I was waiting for counsel to invite us to that particular provision of the law, but that is what should be. And we submit there is none. This court, having discharged the sureties, is functus official and cannot hold that decision in abeyance. With regard to the state of the first accused, Your Honor, we must realize that he is a convict. And there are systems in place within the prison for which that issue will be addressed. Therefore, counsels can address that issue with the prison authorities so that they can make arrangements for him to be taken for medical treatment. With regard to the last application by my learned friend, Mr. Nabeli, Your Honor, the court can only make an order of exhibits it is seized of. You cannot make an order for a document that was not exhibited before court because it does not form part of the court record. In fact, Your Honor, my learned friend Mr. Swaka was given all those documents, including Mr. Njenga. Therefore, our submission is that they can liaise with these learned friends so that they can then be given the documents that were supplied by the prosecution. That will be all.
Counsel, 1 minute, Rebecca.
Yes, Your Honor. A brief rejoinder. One, a patient who has not been booked in prison is a word of this court. I urge the court to take judicial notice of what happened to John Gaku when he pleaded with the court. Yes, I'm only bringing.
No, that's serious. You know, I've got a lot of respect for you. You're also my advocate.
Yes, I know.
No,
let me move away from mentioning the name. But I'm only saying we are on a this.
Just a moment.
On a light note.
Just a moment. Just a moment. So that I can convince you about that one. You see what has happened is, I came in when some of those things were said. And out of that, I've really been very humble and really look at the welfare of people. I've never taken a plea on someone on handcuffs. and I refused some of those tactics, simply to ensure that we are well, correct? And the only problem that I had with that was this. The narration, people were now going the other way around. Judiciary is killing people. And that was not the case. That was not the case. And for me, I know governor has got a life to live and many years to live. And I pray for him. He'll recover. He'll get well. Correct? Correct? So really, for that one, who unfortunately did whatever happened, and because there were no investigators to find out what would have happened with him, let's let him rest in peace. Then for the one who is breathing, we just wish him well. Isn't it? And we take medicine to him. That would be a better way, because now we are all mortals, and we'll not be scared, when now we are reminded of the afterlives. Isn't it? No one wants to think about those things. You never know. It's only the good Lord who knows about it. And let's just leave that judgment to him. So I think my good learned counsel, have I convinced you?
You have convinced me.
Please, with a lot of humility.
With a lot of humility.
Yes.
Also put down the prison officers taken to the hospital.
Okay,
Only that.
I will.
We are not asking anything more
I will.
than the prison officers taken to the hospital.
That one I will.
And number two,
Yes.
on the question of us leaving, you allowed to put your orders in abeyance.
Yes.
I didn't want to be mischievous to my brother, Mr. Munda, to say we can still leave those securities without us taking them.
Yes.
Go to the High Court and say they are still with us.
Yes. Yes.
But Your Honor, the court can, with its wisdom,
Yes.
see what is best for their district.
The only leave that is not part of the...
Just a moment. Just a moment. I'm trying to rearrange something here that are getting a little bit messy.
Yes, on one issue,
Yes.
I did apply for the copies of exhibits,
Yes.
and Mr. Monda replied to it.
Yes.
Yona, it may be noted that we were instructed, myself and Mr. Mali, to come and join hands with Mr. Swaka in this matter, this late after all the proceedings were undertaken. And I made that application because normally The prosecution supplies us with copies of exhibits that they intend to use, and at times they don't produce all that which they have supplied. So that we jump over that hurdle in a good way, which is not going to be prejudicial to the respondent, that is the state in the appeal. Your Honor, we wish that order issues for us to have copies of the exhibits that were used, that were rendered to court, which form part of the record of this court. And that will be on our cost. So that then we don't produce in the High Court on appeal a document that did not find its space in the trial, even when it was supplied to the defense. That is the gist of my application here.
Yes.
Just to perhaps retaliate what has already transpired in terms of the medical attention to the matter, we are many of us. Since the conviction and the sentence has passed, we know the next steps will be that it will be handed over to the prison authorities. My prayer will be this. Upon the prison authorities taking over in a few minutes, and that will be in line to what the prosecution are praying. We'll be seeking that they match him, they escort him, they move with him to Vinyasa National Hospital for that particular checkup. Not the police, but the prison department, so as we safeguard his health. Tomorrow or the other day thereafter may be too late.
Can you confirm about the question for the fifth? Can you confirm?
Maybe you're wrong. Confirm in terms of who paid the
No, whether it is there.
receipt.
Yes.
We don't know, Your Honor. We can't tell unless my...
No, we'll deal with that as long as we have an order that the cash will be used. We'll follow up the rest. Because
Or even are you able to?
yeah, we have the receipt with us.
Yeah, bring it.
Yes, that's what it is.
Oh, the police remain with it downstairs. Their personal effects remain with them. Yes.
You haven't seen it?
Yeah.
Do you believe that shoots the bed? And I don't like people who gum in my, especially like I don't like it.
It's in our bag downstairs. You know, their personal effects were left with the police downstairs in the basement.
Yeah.
She's willing to send the officer.
She can rush and bring it.
Yes, she can rush.
I don't let it.
My boy window later.
I don't let it.
Thank you.
Now I've made a very brief ruling. We have written other many things, so really, I don't think at this point it's good to continue making lengthy decision on a few issues that we have raised. I'll begin with the question of cash bail deposited in court by the fifth accused person. I think I start with what is very positive. So, fifth accused person, she's allowed to utilize. As she brings, we have also confirmed from the CTS, it is here. She has deposited, but she can still bring it. Accordingly, the fifth accused person is hereby will be allowed to utilize, and accordingly she will be set free. No remand warrant should be prepared for her because we are holding her money. That's death only. The court is now functions official on orders regarding discharge of the sureties and the securities. So for that one, Council Dancer, you can use the other option. Number 3, defense advocate who are joining Mr. Swaka at liberty to produce in court, to obtain copies of exhibit produced in court where convenient, subject to payment of the court charges. I've said where convenient. Like for example, we have got booklets. Now, how do you photocopy those booklets? And you don't want to distort those booklets. So for those ones, the route that I want us to take is this. You find it's a booklet you can peruse. Then if VSCC have got soft copies, you remember the soft copies, or even Taswaka, someone has got clearer soft copies, or the prosecution, just give you, correct? But I know there is the one page. The one page we can always give. correct? The 1 page, those one we can give. But the booklets, I've said only where convenient. And I've also stated, if need be, soft copies of the documents shall be supplied. So we try as much as possible. If we can give soft, the better. Now, number 4. For the first, second, third, and fourth accused person, you shall forthwith be remanded in prison custody at industrial area prison to commence serving your sentences unless you are able to pay your fine. If you pay the fine, you get out, or you get out from the High Court. Yeah. No problem. Then for the last order is about the first accused person. I made an order that you be escorted to hospital for treatment, but that is subject to the opinion of the officer in charge of industrial area prison on the hospital or the facility where you can be taken to hospital. I won't mention anything because now you are with them. They know how to proceed. Beth, while I was you were away, I said that because you have this, for you, you are set free, correct? Then we'll do that, and then we'll also make an order for the refund of the balance. So, Oibara, you can commence that so that your receipt, you issue her. Then we see what else we can be able to do. Where did I put that one? So I've added the balance to be refunded. So for you, you are free. You are not preparing any prison, any remand warrant for you. Now, Oibara, you hurry up. We do the prison remands. So you allow me just to end at that, so that we can go and see whether we can also have our lunch, our late lunch. Is that okay? Yeah. Yes. Yes. Now, who is making the deposit? You show me one. Show me one. Madam, are you ready? Correct? Okay, you work with her. For her, you let her finish up, and with all the remand. But they need to. Huh? No. I'm not. I won't issue. No. I don't need an order. What we do, I'm the one who's saying the remarks. Susan, trust in me. I'm not a bad guy. So, trust in me. Just hold her. Then we process that. Don't need to punish anyone. Correct? And even if everyone was able to pay, I've got no problem. Because I've done what I'm supposed to do. And I've just done it being the co-founder of the law. Correct? I stand corrected by the courts above me. Correct? I'm just doing my job. So now, for that I don't need to worry, cancel. I'm the one who's saying the remarks. Correct? And the in charge. I don't know who we are dealing with. The OCS. Si umesikia maneno ya Susan, eh? Yeah, hold her, the daughters to rush and pay. Just a mother, let her just go and pay her things. For Susan, we have got no problem. So they can quickly, Oibara, please do. And I beseech you, as you pay these fines, only pay the fine only. We only need the fine. Correct? Susan, there is no facilitation. We only need the fine, please. I beseech you people. Let us observe the integrity of the process. Because I know the pressure that you may be experiencing. Correct? You trust, I'm not going to delay. I'll be waiting to sign for that. So just observe the integrity of this process. Because condiments are many, and people say many things. But you have heard the truth from me. Trust in me. Okay. Thank you, I wish you well. Thank you. You bring the 6.
Yes. Where is it? Wewe fungueni bana. Cheki, toa jamaa. Sikujeni fungua. Fungua bwana, fungua. Fungua si.
These are family members want to do. So it's not a trouble.